So this untruth or fragility is massive. And one more point here about this, because I referenced it, the entire basis of psychotherapy, cognitive behavioral therapy is what it's called, is specifically in, I'll narrow it, specifically in the realm of like phobias, or if you have a fear, is intentional gradual exposure to the stimulus in order to get over the negative consequences of that stimulus. So the way to cure someone if they have a fear of something, or if they're scared of something, is to get them to slowly, granted, voluntarily decide to confront micro versions of that thing. So say they have a fear of needles, right? You would get them, first step would be like, okay, how about we just talk about needles? Let's think of what one might look like. Next step would be like, let's see a picture of one. Next step would be like, can I have one in the room? Like, we've developed this relationship of trust. There's no funny business going on here, which trust is critical in a psychotherapeutic relationship. I'm going to put one in the room. Can you deal with that? And then as this goes on, you essentially heighten the stimulus to the point where the actual thing no longer elicits the same degree of the negative reaction that brought you into the psychotherapy in the first place. And this goes down to the depths of human psychology, but it turns out that, no, people are quite resilient, and when you confront something voluntarily, that's the cure. So from a psychotherapeutic perspective, from a life perspective, from a practicality perspective, pragmatically, this is how things work. When you choose to confront it, the dragon that thing was ceases to be such a dragon. It matters when you pay attention to something and you decide to confront it voluntarily. And this goes to another concept, which is this idea of eustress, which is where you actually decide to put stress upon yourself. So this would be, within the fitness community, it'd be, going in the sauna, where it's a stressful environment, but it's actually good for you, or working out. Or you decide, I'm going to take on this new responsibility, and I know it's going to cause me stress, but I'm going to do it and then find out that I'm actually capable of it. And that facilitates growth. The opposite is when you're like seemingly forced into a stressful situation. That actually generally is not good for you. So there's a massively different set of biochemical and psychological things that go on, let's say, when you choose to confront something voluntarily versus when it happens to you against your will. And this great truth untruth of humans being fragile has been permeated in our culture, and it's just backwards.